And I wonder if the coronavirus not only has been infecting people, but it also caused a crash in the economy.
Good morning, guys. Both stretching over here.
Stretch.
It's Tuesday. We are vlogging 2 days in a row for you guys.
What?
I know. So we are getting ready. I actually just deleted a bunch of files on my camera because it was full. Did some client work this morning, and now I'm getting ready to build out all the slides for one of my courses. So on average, there's like 200 or 300 slides per course. I know it's a lot. And then I'm going to edit it, and it's all about pricings and proposals. So I'm super excited. It's a really good course. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah. But Josh and I were talking, having a conversation, and he was talking about Silicon Valley and a couple things that were happening over there. So I'm going to pass it to him quick.
We can kind of, Well, just with anything, when the economy is good, there's great growth, it's easy to raise money, people thrive. But when the economy tightens down, then all of that froth goes away. And so people that only built businesses to survive under this frothy, flourishing environment are now being squeezed. And some really influential people in Silicon Valley are saying they're living now. This will be the third reckoning in their lifetime of Silicon Valley, meaning I believe the first one was the 2001 dot-com bubble burst, and then 2008, 2009 with everything that happened then, and now this. And so if anybody knows, we've been living in a bull market. And what that means is that companies have been growing, stocks have been rising, the economy has been properly stimulated by all of the spending and growth. And so we've seen a really great environment for the last, I believe we're over 10 years now, which might be the longest bull market in history. And a bull market is essentially, again, when things are going well, it hasn't been corrected. And so what they're saying now, though, is that this looks like this may be a correction in the market. And when it corrects, things tighten, money tightens, company valuations go down. And so companies are at risk of going out of business because they didn't build their businesses in a stable way. They built it for the fluff. They've injected it with tons of money with high burn rates. And so we're going to see what will happen over the next few months if this truly is a market correction, and what will happen to these companies that have built essentially on a house of cards. So we'll see.
It's crazy, you guys. I don't know a ton about all that sort of stuff. That's kind of his job, but he knows a ton. He reads a bunch of investment books and AMA. Is that what it's called? AMA?
M&A.
M&A.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, again, everybody can build a business when you can go out and raise $20 million, and then when you're about to run out of $20 million, you can go and raise another $100 million at a higher valuation. But when money's tight, it tightens up for everybody, including venture capitalists. And then, if you guys didn't know this, also the people that the venture capitalists raise their money from. So the squeeze happens everywhere. So we'll see. I mean, this is an interesting time. Everybody was wondering when the next correction would happen because we've been living in such great times for so long. And I wonder if the coronavirus not only has been infecting people, but it also caused a crash in the economy. So we'll see.
Something to keep a lookout for, at least.
Yeah, and so what I would say on that, if you're self-employed...
Let me set you guys down. My arm's getting tired. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Let me move my giant head back. There.
All right. So I would just say this. If you're self-employed, just be cautious. Be careful. Not only are businesses being impacted by the coronavirus and people not being able to go out, think restaurants, events, anything that requires sporting arenas, anything that requires gatherings of people, those are all going to be impacted. But even your business, especially with this market correction, don't think that you won't be touched by it. I mean, if you have clients or you have customers that you sell to, whether you're a SaaS product like us or an agency where you have clients, potentially prepare for it to touch you in a way that maybe your client's budgets tighten or they kill the contracts altogether. Or in our case, you don't close as many clients as you thought you were going to, or customers that you thought you may close, so that revenue you were expecting to come in doesn't come in. Be prepared, be frugal during this time with who you're hiring, what you're spending money on, and also if you can, cut expenses now. Be prepared for a potential, I hate to say famine, but you better start thinking from a little bit of a survival perspective when it comes to your business.
Can I say something?
Absolutely. Was I talking so much?
It's okay. I just wanted to touch on the point because I'm a freelancer and that's what this channel is all about.
Yeah.
And I think about that with my clients right now. Because if everybody's tightening up money, my two major clients are e-commerce sites. And so if money tightens up and people aren't getting paid as, like, they don't have jobs, then they're probably not going to be buying these products. And one is a very, very high-end product. The other isn't so much, but it's not something anybody needs. Mm-hmm. And so I could definitely see me at being one of their contractors could be like,
everybody's at risk of that.
Yeah, so it's something to really, really think about. That's been on my mind since this kind of whole thing started, and I can just see it. Like I have like a gut feeling.
Yeah. Well, one thing I think we learn, and not to say that this is a negative, this is any industry, anything you're going to do in life if you're self-employed, which is like when we talk about agencies or clients, agency clients, or freelance clients, whatever realm you're in. Is the only thing guaranteed about clients is they're not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And so we have been through this so many times. So a lot of people, when they start off, they'll get this client and they'll like base their whole business around it. And then they lose that client, and they go into like a free fall, a spiral. Whereas when you've been in the agency game for a while, you learn. So you set up a reserve of capital, you set up a reserve of cash, because you know that clients are never guaranteed. So keep that in mind. Don't expect your clients to be around forever. If anything, this might be a good time. It might be harder to close a client, but it might be time to actually maybe get a couple more clients in your pipeline.
Especially with Corona, people not being able to go into work, this would be the opportune time to start freelancing and just start figuring out ways to get clients right now while it's still okay. And that way you can make a little bit of money right now, and then if something happens in the next couple of months, at least you have a little bit of runway.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you guys are curious, I'm just going to plug my school again. It's doschool.co, but there's a link in the description, and it gives you like a massive blueprint on how to get clients, how to price yourself, proposals, what's the other thing? Pitch decks, cold outreach, there's email templates, there's cold outreach templates. There's a ton of stuff in there. And it's all stuff that I've used, all stuff that Josh has used to land clients anywhere from $3,000 to over $12,000 a month contracts. So it's really useful. Let me know if you have questions about it. But yeah, the economy is definitely in question at the moment.
So we're still in the early phases of this, obviously. But, to what Brandy said, so kind of taking a hard right or left, whatever direction you want to go, to the Corona, which is a lot of people you hear about, they're like getting upset because they still have to go into work and things like that. I mean, a lot of companies you hear about like everybody work remote. Well, that's still not a majority of companies. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the downsides if you're not a freelancer, you're not self-employed, is you can't not only control really your freedom, but like if you really are concerned about contracting the coronavirus, but because your employer says you are not allowed to take off and you can't work from home, I mean, really freelancing is a very viable career choice if you learn what you need to do in order to actually kind of run that business. You don't have to have hundreds of employees. It can just be you, and you can make a good living and have the freedom to work from home, to not work for a day if you need to go out and get supplies or whatever, So
Yeah,
check out her school. For real.
The beautiful thing about freelancing, and you need to have some sort of skill set.
Yeah.
With this time, I mean, it can be anything from running social accounts, doing paid, doing organic, doing web design, web development. You could even have freelancing doing Webflow websites.
Yep.
Or e-commerce.
Copy.
Yeah, like drag and
Content
drop.
writers.
Yeah, copywriters. There's all sorts of stuff. Managing Facebook groups.
Yep.
There's a ton of stuff that you can freelance for. And so I don't actually teach you guys a skill set, but I teach you the skill set of client acquisition, which is the hardest part, which is, getting clients, getting people to pay you for your skill set.
Yeah, if you don't have a skill set and you try and sell, you're going to set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
So really you have to have something to actually sell that people will pay you for. But if you do that, then you'll be in a good spot at least to have your own freelance business.
But yeah, that's kind of our mindset today on a Tuesday. I'm going to get back to doing my editing and a couple other client problems to solve.
Yeah, and I'm just still building stuff for DocSpace,
So, thanks for letting us brain dump on you guys about the whole coronavirus and everything that's going on in the economy.
Freelancing. You guys kind of got just a burst of stuff there.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on everything that's going on. It'll be interesting to hear what you guys think, because I know there's people from all over the world, and it'll be interesting to hear what you're going through or the pains that you're feeling at the moment.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're going to get back to work. Bye. Lunchtime, you guys. And guess what we're having?
Sandwiches.
Got our meat, banana peppers, mustard, and of course the best, pickles. Cucumbers,
lettuce. Got everything we need for a delicious sandwich.
So we're gonna make sandwiches and we're gonna eat, probably watch an episode of The Office and go back to work.
Republicans don't. Right. I'm thinking, how crazy is it? Here we got a car debate going on in the city known for gridlock. Let's not talk politics in the office, okay? I like you better as a funny guy. I wasn't taking a position.
Alright, you guys. Oh, Josh is not up here. Josh is actually downstairs gaming. He plays Call of Duty with his brothers. I'm freezing. And so yeah, I'm upstairs. I'm about to hop on and work and get a couple more things knocked out for the night. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up today's vlog. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel below. And see you guys tomorrow.